Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 49 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
And I'm Weston Pugh. And we have a full day. We've got a special guest on. We've got 4 great homes. But before we get to all that, we have some really big news. Jeff, What is it?
So you remember about a year ago, our company was purchased by Home Services of America, and we've been so excited about
Great things have happened.
All the things that have gone on. And that Home Services of America is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, which is the Warren Buffett, umbrella of all of the companies that they hold. And they own companies like, they own Benjamin Moore Paint, they own Burlington Northern Railroad, they own, there are hundreds of companies inside this, and one of them is Nebraska Furniture Mart. And so guess what?
And because of that, because of the partnership that we have with them, we're able now to offer buyers and sellers now until August of 2020, 12% off furniture and flooring pieces.
Yes, 50% off the appliance and electronics installation charges, not the things themselves, but the installation charges.
And free home in-service design. And one of the great things about this is that it actually allows you to get your house ready if you bring it on the market.
Yes.
Or if you buy a brand new home and you just need extra furniture, appliances, this is a great way to get some of that started.
It is. And, one of the things that we've said over and over and over is people are willing to pay top dollar for houses that are in top condition.
Absolutely.
And so this is a way, especially with their in-house design services, where they will come to your home. It's a great way for you to get that house in that tip-top shape to make sure that you maximize every dollar.
And the other thing, too, is that because so much of their information is online, it's quick and easy to also go ahead and look to see what you're going to get, and then come up with a budget, and then actually go in the store and actually make the purchase if you need to.
Yep. And to take advantage of this, you do need to reach out to us. You do need to have a contract with us, have a listing agreement signed with us, and at that point, we can give you a coupon to take to the store and use as you wish.
Yep. Use it until the end of August of 2020. You don't have to do it right away. A lot of times people aren't quite sure what they have and what they need in the house, and this is really a great way for them to be able to live in the house and realize what it is that they want.
Yep.
So
and this is just one of those things that I'm super excited about being connected with Home Services of America, because it's kind of the start of all of those extra things that we're going to be able to offer to our clients.
Yep. So again, if you're interested in this, let us know. We'll be happy to get you set up with this.
Yep. So let's jump into our houses today. We're going to look at 4 really cool houses, and these are really diverse homes, diverse from one another.
Right.
We are going all the way to the other side of White Rock Lake. Lake Ray Hubbard.
I was about to say it's a little further.
We're going to zip down to Oak Cliff, look at 2 houses down there, and then we've got one townhome in Oak Lawn.
Yep. So the first one that we're going to look at that is on the other side of the lake is 908 York House Court.
Yep.
Get that out, right? This is a great area if you're looking to get a little bit further away from Dallas itself, but want to be able to commute in and don't want to make the Frisco, Plano, Allen, Murphy drive. This is a really great option for that. A little bit closer to the lake. The highways are really great here as well, which means getting in and out is easy.
Yeah, this is about 35 minutes from here to downtown Dallas.
Yes.
And that is one of the things that I liked about where this is located on that side of the lake is you can head up just a couple of miles to Interstate 30 and come in that way, or you can zip down to Highway 80 and come across, and you don't have to deal with the bridge that crosses the lake right there.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're seeing is there's coming more and more of the things that we want are beginning to show up out there. So from Costco just to the normal shopping, it's all being set up there. So it's not like you're living without.
Yeah, and this is sits on an acre and a third of land. It's on a really great cul-de-sac in the Kensington neighborhood out there. This is a neighborhood that I think's got fewer than 50 houses, if I'm not mistaken. And
Right about that.
they were all built by Altura Homes,
Correct.
which built a really great quality home. These people were extremely happy with it. Operating costs on it being new construction make it a lot lower. And
One of the things that's great about new construction is the actual building science of that they have. And so it does cost, as Jeff was saying, a lot less to heat and to cool the home just because of what's built into the home. The floor plan here is a really great floor plan because it's actually set up where master is on one side and then the additional bedrooms on the other side. And what separates the two are a really large dining and living room. This right here kind of exemplifies what it's like to live on so many, like, what was it,
1.3 acres.
1.3 acres. It really is amazing. It gives you a lot of extra space. And as Ziggy kind of begins to work through those pictures, you'll see that it has today's styles with the, these are actually not hardwood floors, they're actually ceramics. So it's really great for pets, very, very easy to take care of.
Yeah, and they did that throughout the home. They happen to have 3 kids, and so, you know, they were kind of future planning here
Exactly.
that they didn't want to have to, well, they have 3 kids, they have 2 dogs, and I think they have 2 or 3 cats.
Yes.
So it was a really smart move to do that because the home, even after living in it for a year, feels brand new.
And this is a really great example of what we see more and more today, really good eat-in bar, light and bright kitchens, double appliances, really well configured. This right here is an example of the dining room off of the kitchen, and it overlooks the backyard. Great space in here.
Finished tastefully, as you can see the drum light that they have over the dining room table there. They have some other pendant lighting over the bar in the kitchen. They have ceiling fans in the rooms that are appropriate. This is the master bedroom, and it has that beam that runs across the ceiling that really, the room doesn't disappear from you like they do in a lot of homes with the vaulted ceiling with nothing up there.
And master bathroom is more like a spa, and then you have plenty of room for the master closet.
Yep.
This one is set up, we jokingly call them car washes. For the master shower, dual head, everything is walk-in. So if you're looking for something like this, this is a great home at 3318 square feet, built in 2018. It comes in at $559, which is $168.47 a square foot.
Yep, and fantastic value.
Absolutely. And then the next one that we're going to go to is going to be 831 West Greenbrier Lane. So we're going to actually head all the way back into Dallas, go into the cliff. And this one is really close to Kessler. And Kessler's one of those areas that everybody likes to jump into. And as the pictures begin to roll, you'll be able to see that this is a great area. Quick, if you're going over to Fort Worth, Arlington, you're on the right side of Dallas to get that done. The great thing about this is the bridges, Hamilton, the Calatrava, these are all great access points. So whether you're working at Love Field or at the UT Southwestern, this is a great way to transition into it.
And this is really just about a mile from Hampton, which,
Right.
as you know, turns into Inwood coming back across the I-30 and really creates it's a whole nother gateway back into Dallas through it.
And this is one of those really walkable neighborhoods. This house is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath with 2-car garage. It was built in 1959, so it's more of a mid-century ranch style home. It is well done. The current owner has taken it to the studs, replacing the light fixtures, new roof was done last month. HVAC was 2015. Took away actually some of the original media area. And so it's really kind of come together. The feedback has been amazing on this house.
Yeah, and this is one of those that still's retained like the formal room separation from the others, but when you get over into the kitchen, it does have that very popular style of opening up to a little informal eating area and then into the living room that you see in this. It's got the stone fireplace, original hardwood floors throughout pretty much the entire home. The kitchen was redone prior to this owner's purchase of it, but it was done with granite countertops and kitchen made kitchen-made cabinetry, nice high-end appliances. It's got every possible appliance you could think of, with including the wine fridge.
Absolutely, and it does have a pantry, which so many homes in this era did not have a good-sized pantry. This is one that's spacious enough for 2 people to cook in it and walk around. It also doesn't get too cluttery if you had people over, because everybody congregates there.
Yep.
One of the great things about this home too is that the master is a really good size. This is actually the guest, or the first bedroom, that has access to the backyard. It also, as is each one of these bedrooms, has its own bathroom. So it's really great in that aspect. But the master, as I was saying, is a really large master, and the bathroom in there has been done so well.
Yep.
Really good for sleeping just because of the nice dark colors. It does really feel cozy in that master.
Yeah, and it has 2 big walk-in closets in this in the master bedroom. The master bathroom was totally redone, and I think I remember the shower on this is 9 by 7, if I'm not mistaken. It is a
Big shower.
It's a big shower.
It is.
Dual vanities, low flow commode, nice hexagonal tile on the floor. It's just really pulled together beautifully.
And just to kind of finish this off, the 3rd bedroom is off of this, which is a transition area that they've used as a study. But behind that door right there is where the 3rd bedroom is. And so it's a great if you needed an older child, if you had a nanny, if you had guests that were staying. This makes a great situation for that.
Yeah, it gives you great separation from them.
Absolutely. So this is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage. It's 2616 square feet, built in 1959, and that comes in at $680,000, which is $259.94 a square foot. All right, and Jeff, what's the next one we got?
We're going to zip over to Oak Lawn and go look at 4406 Bowser Avenue. And this is a really cool Santa Barbara Mission style townhome, 3-story townhome. And there's a couple of things about it that I think are really cool, because number one, it's an end unit.
Absolutely.
Gets great light, and the location in the neighborhood makes this so walkable.
Yep. And our clients that own this one love this area because they were both really big joggers. And this was a great area for them to begin doing the trail that they kind of created in here. And they were always on it. The other thing, too, is that it gave them quick access into downtown. They both work downtown. And so whether they were going to uptown or just adjacent to that in the medical district, they were able to get there really quickly.
And the home itself, 3-story stucco exterior, a Santa Barbara Mission style tile roof, really great big arching windows there on the that you can see on the front of the property. That's in the living room, and has the good separation in the bedrooms, because you've got the 1-bedroom downstairs.
Right.
With the full bath that's great for guests or whomever. Then you've with the 2-car garage, and then you come upstairs, and this is the living room that you have that is very, very spacious. Has fireplace, windows on each side of the fireplace, which give you a lot of natural light from the side. And then the kitchen is really great on this home. It is a little different configuration than many of the other ones out there, because it doesn't open directly into the living room.
Right.
But if you were entertaining and you had someone that was cooking, you still have a space for them to sit up at the bar, be able to chit chat, have a glass of wine while everything's kind of coming together.
And one of the great things about this unit is that it also has high-end appliances. All of the appliances in this one were actually Viking. So the fit and finish on this one, this is what I really liked about this, is that for people that really are not finding themselves at home in modern, this is such a great opportunity. This is probably the next one that we see is that they go to. The walls have been finished so that they are not the orange peel, which you see sprayed on so many of today's construction. And one of the most unique features about this one is that it actually is structurally engineered for an elevator. So a lot of times people are looking for a place with an elevator because they don't want to have steps and they're downsizing, and it's just a very difficult thing to find. And then this one is one of those ones that already has it built in. So Currently, all of that space is used as enormous closets. So on each one of the floors, there's currently an oversized closet. And that closet is specifically designed to one day house an elevator if you needed that.
And as you go up to the third floor, you come to this office area here with the French doors that open up onto a little Juliet balcony there. And then at the other end of this third floor is the master bedroom, which is really quite spacious. And the bathrooms are finished out beautifully.
Yep. This bathroom boasts a Juliet balcony, a little coffee or wine bar off to the side, very, very large bathroom, and then a great closet as well. So whether you need the front courtyard in the front or the 2-car garage in the back, balconies on either side of the master, this is a great property for you to really take a look at.
Yes, and it is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, about 2,100 square feet, built in 2018, and it's priced at $465,000, which is $221 a square foot.
Yep, it's a great house.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is now we'll stay in Oak Cliff, and we're going to go a little further south, and this is going to take us to 2026 Cloudcroft Circle. And we're familiar with this area because we actually sold a house, 2 over from this one. And this is a neighborhood that is really beginning to catch traction. So it's both gentrification and it's also end user that are coming into this neighborhood.
Yeah, the neighborhood is called Druid Hills, and it's one of those neighborhoods in Oak Cliff that's got really great topography. The streets are not all just, parallel with one another.
Right.
And you get the character of a neighborhood, I think, that you don't get some other places in Dallas.
And
Go ahead.
And I was going to say, and the whole neighborhood of Oak Cliff, for some reason, has so much more topography than just about any other location in Dallas.
Yeah, and it's a great mixture of styles. Much of it is that 1960s kind of soft contemporary. This is really more of a ranch style home there,
Right.
but there is, it just runs the gamut in styles there.
So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. It's 1660 square feet, but it really lives bigger than 1660 square feet. The current owner really gets the use of the space, and as the pictures begin to come up, you'll really see and understand what that means. This is the actual living room, and it's amazing the way that it's set up with the scale of furniture. And we always talk about when someone uses the right size scale, and this is an exact, this is a perfect example of what that means. The actual furniture is slightly period as well, but it's new construction. And this actually has the bright punches of color that we also saw in the 1950s that were made popular.
Yeah, the floor plan's very, just very convenient with the living room on the front. It opens up to the kind of dining room. I was going to say formal, but it's really not. It's this eating area right there just off of the kitchen, and does have solid surface countertops in it. Has this really cool tile in the backsplash in the kitchen that is, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just kind of a architectural.
Yeah, it's press 10.
Yeah, press 10. Okay, there we go.
And one of the things too that the renovator did on this property, and they did it right, was they actually made the kitchen oversized. So many times we see a renovator take and actually use the exact same floor plan and placement for the cabinets, and because of that, it really is a one-person kitchen. And this one, because it's almost 3.5, 4 feet between that front bar and the back cooktop, you can actually maneuver around in there and never feel bumped into everybody. One of the great things they also did is behind this, they actually made a mudroom that connects the garage to the backyard and put the washer and dryer in there too. And so it's a great storage space. Also could be used as a really great space for pets if you didn't want roaming the house while you're off.
Yep, and being the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's got plenty of space. The bedrooms are still really good size. The bathrooms have been done nicely.
Yeah.
So it's really, just move-in ready.
Backyard is also well done. There's really, even including the 2-inch faux wood blinds on this, there's really nothing, because everybody forgets about those. There's really nothing left to do in this house. It is basically as close to turnkey as we can get there.
Yep, and it's under $300,000.
It is under 300 in Dallas, and it looks like this, which is an anomaly.
Yeah, it's definitely a great value. And kind of going back over the highlights again, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It is 1666 square feet, built in 1958, priced at $299,900, and that brings in about $180 a square foot.
That's a great home. So if any of these homes were of interest to you, we would love to hear from you. If you know of anybody that's looking to buy or sell a house in the near future, we'd love to hear from them as well. So Jeff, I think it's a great time for us to transition to our second segment. And I'm excited about the guest that we're going to have on the second segment because I have actually used this guest, I think, 3 times personally for what he does. So Jeff, tell us about who the next guest is.
So today we have Mike Sarnacki with Full House Moving. He's the owner of Full House Moving that is going to join us and talk about his business, talk about the moving industry, just kind of tell us a little bit about him and his company. So Mike, welcome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're quite
Good to see you.
welcome. I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. And I own Full House Moving Company, and I'm a small local household mover, and been in business 32 years. And we pride ourselves on being small. Sometimes I think a small company is better. There's a more personal touch with that.
Definitely.
So people ask me, do you want to get bigger? Do you want to expand? We're okay being small. I have 3 trucks, 10 employees, and my manager and myself, and that's about it.
It was interesting when we got together the other day, just to kind of go over what we were going to talk about. I was really interested to hear, like, what was the beginning of your company? How did you begin?
Yeah, well, I used to work for a moving company when I was going to college, and so, it was a small one-truck operation, and I'd been there, I probably worked there for about 4 to 5 years, all while paying for my college. And customers started asking for me to be on their move. So I said, you know what, I can do this and make more money. So I decided to start my own and bought a Ryder truck, one truck, and consisted of me and one other employee. And then we grew to 3 employees, and I did every job for probably about 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been in business how long?
32 years.
Wow, that's
32.
great.
Yeah, thank you.
And, we've really enjoyed working with Kelly, your manager. How long has Kelly worked with you?
Kelly's been with me for about 5 years. We got to the point where we were getting so busy, and I just couldn't do it all anymore. And so Kelly took over, and I was very blessed with a great manager, and he's given me more free time to network. Started networking probably about 10 years ago.
Tell everybody how we kind of met, because I think this is really interesting.
So, I started networking. I joined Metrotech, CCAR, and joined TreePack. But I believe we met at a Metrotech event.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I believe it was at Luby's Cafeteria. And so I did my networking, presented my card, and man, I was just praying for and hoping that people would refer me. And you guys started referring me, and I started getting referrals out of it. And that I found that referrals is the best way to get business by far.
Your business, I think, thinking about the moving business overall, it's got to be really tough because it's at that point where a lot of things can go wrong, but with you, they don't seem to go wrong regularly.
Yeah, to me, it's about the employees you have. We have full-time employees. We do pay our men a little bit more, but it keeps the employees there, so we have a low turnover.
Yeah.
And so that's important. My main guy's been with me over 15 years. My least tenured about 2.5. And so, and I always tell customers too this. I always call every customer back after every move. It's my baby. So I think that separates me from the other guys.
Definitely does.
Yeah, the personal touch. I personally call every customer back and say, hey, how'd your move go? Did you like my employees? Did they work hard? Would you recommend Full House Moving? And so we want to hear that. We want to hear good things. If something does go wrong, we're insured, we're bonded. If there's a piece of furniture that's been damaged, we can replace it. If it's minor damage, I've got a guy that personally comes out and does touch-ups, paints, whatever you need done. So we'll make sure they're taken care of.
That's great. It's been it's kind of become easy for us to send people to you because we've used you ourselves. What do people, when we send people to you, or if people are getting ready to move, what should people do to get ready for the move?
Yeah, the main thing when they're getting ready for a move is just to make sure everything is organized and prepped. We come in and pack everything as well. A lot of customers want to save money. We understand that. So we can have the supplies dropped off as well to their home, and they can pack their own items. If they choose to pack, just make sure that all the boxes are taped, closed. If you're packing crystal or china, make sure those are in double-walled dish packs. It just protects them better. And then heavy items, we definitely want in small boxes. So books, put in the small 1.5 cube boxes. As we discussed
Rocks.
one time. Yeah, we had a lady that she had a library in her house basically, and she packed her books in wardrobe boxes, and we couldn't budge them, so we had to repack them into small boxes. So don't make those boxes too heavy.
Yeah. And y'all bring pads, y'all bring everything, tie stuff down in the truck. Y'all come fully prepared.
Oh, yes, yeah. So one thing that we like to do, we like to actually bring the pads in the house before the move. We'll pad a lot of the furniture and shrink wrap it prior to the move, just to protect it from any nicks or scratches. Each of our trucks will have 150, 200 pads on it. And we use the big trucks, there's a lot of movers that charge lower hourly rates, but there's a reason for that. They may take longer, and sometimes the reason they take longer is because the trucks are smaller, so they might have to make 2 to 3 trips to our one trip. So even though they're a lower hourly rate, they might be higher in the end.
Yep. And so that kind of jumps into my next question is, when people are talking to moving companies, what are some of the questions they should ask?
To me, ask, hey, how long have you been in business? Are you insured? Are you bonded? Are you a BBB credited a business? What kind of rating do you have with the BBB? How long have your employees been with you? Do you guys come uniformed? Those little things make a difference. Image is important too. To me, truck size is very important. Like we were talking, they could have, our trucks are 30 feet with the granny attics, the double-sided doors. So they're high cube. We can fit quite a bit in those compared to a smaller van.
How big of a house can you fit on one truck?
Yeah, basically, a lot of that is, that's a tough question because, we moved a one-bedroom apartment that's just like a storage facility almost. But usually we can fit an average, I'd say a 2,200 square foot house on one truck.
Wow.
Depending on how many boxes they have. If it's a big truck, a big house like 5,000 square feet plus, we're going to staff a move to where we want to complete it in 8 hours. You don't want that move dragging on, taking 12 hours to complete. You want to get them done in and out within an 8-hour day. So on the big moves, we'll staff them with 2 trucks, 5 to 8 men, just depending on how much stuff they have.
Yeah, you've only got so much energy in one group of guys.
That is so true. And in this heat, oh my gosh.
Oh.
So, it's important to get them in and out within an 8-hour day. You don't want that move dragging on and the customer there all hours of the night, getting them packed.
Yeah, that's, and one of the things that I do want to compliment you on is a couple of things I'd like to. Number one, you mentioned you call every customer. That's really, that's super meaningful to people. I've heard people say that was such a surprise because a lot of times when it's done, everybody's gone. And number two, I'm complimenting you on you have the same guys that show up every time.
Yes.
And I think that says a lot about, how you treat your guys, not just in how you pay them, but how you treat them as individuals. And
I appreciate that. We're only as good as our employees, so they're the guys doing the heavy work. And I tell all the customers that I'm really not the boss. That customer you're moving is the boss. They're paying your wages, so you better take good care of them. Without that customer, we are nothing.
Yeah, that's very true. And your guys come fully prepared with tools and, you move appliances and.
Oh, yes. A lot of these new appliances, they're just, compared to when I moved furniture, they're so big, they're oversized. And especially when they're going into an older house, the big refrigerators, we'll have to take the doors off.
Yeah.
So we're equipped to do that, and we're prepared, so we'll do that for them.
What is the most unique thing that you've ever had to move?
Kind of the craziest item I think we've ever moved, and I was actually on the move. It was a fire hydrant. So this man said, "Can you move this item?" And I thought it was a stage prop or something. I went over and tried to budge it. I couldn't even move it. So we got it on an appliance dolly, strapped it down, and we moved that bad boy. It was tough.
Yeah, golly, yeah. Well, when people are preparing, I guess what would be like the last thing you would want to say to tell people how to make their move successful?
Yeah, to me, a successful move, is the key is the organization. So basically, have every box taped, closed, labeled. Organization is the key. Have the boxes labeled according to what room they're going to go in. That way, when we bring those boxes in, they're not looking inside of them and trying to figure out what goes where. So labeling of the boxes is very important. Organization, and the better packed it is, if we pack it, we're going to pack it really detailed. But if they're packing, I would recommend, any artwork, pictures. We want those in picture boxes just to prevent any damages, any lamps, any breakable lamps, all that stuff. Anything in a box is going to help. and it's going to help with the quality of the move and how efficient we are as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming in today.
you.
We can't say enough about how great a job Mike and his team do. We appreciate you coming in and just sharing your time with us today.
Thank you.
Mike's contact information is up on the screen. We encourage you to reach out to him and call him to get a quote for your next move, because it will be definitely worth your time to do.
And if I can throw my little 2 cents in there, Mike has moved me twice, and I will say one of the things that I did that I thought really added was I bought all the movers giant Red Bulls, so kind of gave them the little wings that they needed.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope that you found that information helpful.
Yep. And we appreciate you tuning in with us today, and I think it's the end of our show.
That's a wrap.
So join us on our Facebook page. If you're not there watching this live, then go over there and like it. You can also follow us on Instagram. We try to keep that updated with pictures of the homes we're working on, just tips and tricks and things that we suggest. Our updikepugh.com website is a lot of detailed information. You can go there and set up property searches, get all the new listings as they hit the market, and then homeprice.fyi. If you have a piece of property you want to get a value on, go there and put a property address in, put a couple of other pieces of info in, and you'll get a value instantly. Last of all, reach out to us by phone or text. Our phone number is 214-377-2223. And thank you very much for joining us today.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.